Hey, if you have been thinking about starting a business or you are in business, I want to share 5 points of wisdom from Mark Cuban as told to Dave Ramsey on Dave Ramsey's EntreLeadership podcast. This was such a power pack and value packed podcast. I just had to share this with you. So, point number one, he makes that if you start a business and you take out a loan to start that business, you're a moron. Yeah, he said that. So what is he saying? With today's technology, all you really need is a laptop and and some internet, and you're good, because you have all these outlets. You've got Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest. All of these marketing avenues are free, and you can reach your customer for free. So to take out a loan to start a business is absolutely insane, because one of the key points that he shares is this: when you take out a loan to start a business, the bank becomes your boss, not your customers, not you, the bank. So you lose the autonomy to service your customers the way that you want to serve them. Okay. And the barrier to entry for starting a business is so low these days, it's ridiculous. Did you know that you can start a business for $20? Okay. Now, and also, the barrier to entry is low, and the cost of failure is also low. So, he says there's no need to take out a loan to start a business. You can do this without going into debt, which I think is was just eye-opening and just great. The second thing is he talks about when starting a business, you want to follow your efforts, not your passion. He explained that you can be passionate about a lot of things. He said he was passionate about music, he was passionate about sports, but that's not where his efforts were going. His efforts were going into business. And so now he's the owner of Dallas Mavericks. Well, so he followed his efforts in order to feed a passion. He's passionate about sports, and so he bought a basketball team. I think that's pretty good about feeding a passion. How about that? But you have to find that thing that you really love to do, and then be good at it. And not good, but great. Be great at it. And that takes time. That means that you've got to learn as much as you can possibly learn about that business, about that industry. Be the expert, not just act like the expert, be the expert. Now, the third thing that he talks about is ideas. He said the ideas are easy, but it's the execution that's hard. You can get all these fabulous ideas. You can have 1,000,001 fabulous ideas, but if you don't act on those ideas, if you don't put any work behind those ideas, it's just an idea, And so with that, you can't just expect to have this wonderful idea and it just turns and morphs into something that's all this great and wonderful. No, you've got to put the effort behind it. You have to be willing to put in the work and, like I said, be the expert before it even becomes a business. Okay. Number 4 is that he says, and I thought this was so cool, is that starting a business doesn't mean you have more control over your life. He said you're probably going to have less. And I think this is so crucial for people to know, because you see people, talking about, oh, let's just start a business and then you can go and drink Mai Tais and all this other stuff. No, no, no. When you start a business, I don't care what kind of business it is, you've got to put in the work. So you're going to have to put in the blood, sweat, tears, time, all of that in order to make the business work. You have to be present. If you are not dreaming about the business, if you don't have visions about the business, then you're probably not as dedicated to the business as you thought you were. So you've got to be there. It's not just going to morph into, you say, oh, I'm going to start this business. I start this business today and poof, magically it becomes this great empire tomorrow. No, you've got to do the work. Then, which leads to his last point. And he said, no matter what business you're in, everybody's got to grind. What does that mean? That means you got to get through the toiling, the sweat, the frustration. You've got to get through all of that in order to make your business grow, in order to make your business work. You cannot just, you can't look at somebody else's walk and say, oh, well, so-and-so is a gazillionaire right now, so I should be there. No, you got to grind. You've got to grind it out as long as it takes. Give it whatever it takes. You have to be willing to do that if you're going to be in business for yourself. Okay, so that's 5 great points from Mark Cuban on starting a business. I think it was an absolutely fabulous podcast. And remember when I told you could start a business for $20? There's a link below this description that can show you how you can do that. All right. So I really hope you enjoyed this. This is Lysandra Everett signing off. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.